What is going on, y'all? It is y'all girl Janiqua, and I am back with another reading for you guys. If no one told you guys today, I love you, and I know all your dreams and aspirations matter because they do. So, for the past couple of readings, there has been a very strong ancestor energy around you guys, teaching you guys who are the ancestors in your bloodline that you should be working with, who are the ancestors that you need to shed light on, that you may need to call out certain things so that way old patterns won't be followed by them. And there's a strong sense of ancestor energy. So, I'm always being guided, and I'm into my altar within. And I'm at the chapter where it's blood, roots, and bones. That's not by accident, right? It all correlates. So it says, in order to develop a spiritual practice that feeds our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, to create divine medicine for our strength, we must integrate our humanness. And humanness is a state of being. It is a state where you can feel okay with being a human, not trying to be so godly or feeling ungodly if you are experiencing something else other than what's supposed to be of righteousness. It's actually tapping out sometimes of being so spiritual and really experiencing the world. All right? Now, our elemental nature, that's where the Orishas come in at. Our connection to the earth and the ancestors who came before us, the Orishas, okay, were our elemental forces. All right? So you have a spiritual team, and that team also includes your ancestors. Okay? We are never alone. We are guided, we are protected, and we are loved. And that's why this ancestor energy is coming out. All right? Today, we have so much more access to tools, resources, and time so we can heal and we can grow in ways our ancestors couldn't. And that's why those of us are getting blessed, because we are learning. We are not giving up. We are doing the things that our ancestors couldn't by staying in tune with the new tools, with the new resources, and things that is being provided to us now. And if your ancestors were enslaved, all right, you have the freedom they prayed for right now, even if you think you don't, okay? We betray our ancestors when we don't acknowledge them, when we don't want to listen to them, when we act as if we in believing not the truth, when we don't honor their sacrifices. All right? Remember, you are the altar. All right? So now this brings us to all of us, all right? We got ancestors that's good, and we got ancestors that caused a lot of karma for us that we are now repaying. All right? And you got to face that. Like, all of your ancestors is not good. All of my ancestors is not good. But I could change the path and do other things, but you got to face it. All right? So if you live on stolen land, right now, this goes to research because we are in the chapter of blood, roots, and bones. But if you live on stolen land, right, your people may have historically or appropriated and destroyed native cultures and practices. People often ask me if these colonizers are good to have as ancestors, meaning, there are a lot of, questions about should we honor certain ancestors, or that should be the question right now. Should you be honoring certain ancestors? I would even go as far as to say during this holiday season, while everybody is around, while people are flying in and stuff, I would bring up, like, what was such and such like before they died? All right. If we are going with this tradition because of somebody that is no longer here, what were they really like? That's how you get down to the roots to see if the program or the system that is being followed is right or wrong. All right. Because then that's how you're going to know if it's okay to honor those ancestors. Now, I would much rather see you connect to ancestors that were good people, right? Not ancestors who tortured, unalived, forcefully did things, stole, Instead, focus on ancestors that were going to help you grow, heal, and find truth. But in order to find that, you got to dig deep. You got to seek. You got to ask questions. You have to ask questions because a lot of our family systems and stuff are going by people that are no longer even here no more and that they just feel like they got to respect. Like, you got to ask, were they good? Like, what were their characteristics? Were they mean? So it's little like finding a chosen family, right? Like, once you learn about your ancestors, you find a chosen family who supports you versus continuing to support a toxic biological family who you cannot trust. Okay? We can find the ancestors who best support our work and cut off the ones who perpetrated the violence and traumas of our present day. But also, you can help repair your ancestors' violence. All right? This is the true nature of repetitive work and reparative work. To heal generations forward from the pains of generations past. So I could give you an example of what that means for me. So I came up, my granddad that I just celebrated as a veteran that fought in World War II, he was Cherokee. He was more of indigenous type of tribe and system. Okay, and then he married my grandmother, which was from San Juan, Puerto Rico. But I don't know if it was because World War II. I'm not too sure because I was still young. I just remember him vividly because I was very connected with him. Like, I was like I remember him. Like, that was my partner. But I don't know, PTSD, but it made him, like, I remember waking up where the refrigerator, because my family, like, if y'all know Puerto Ricans or black, I don't know, like, we always had a house full of people where we actually lived. All right, so I remember waking up and my granddad, God bless his soul, he used to have the refrigerator chained. I'm talking about, like, chained up. And I can only imagine what my grandmother used to feel and go through. Everybody was shook. I can only imagine. It was a lot of abuse, a lot of fear, and a lot of aggressive behavior from men. And my mother has 7 brothers. She don't have no sisters. No, she has 9, 2 that is from another mother. All right? Shout out to y'all. So, nothing but God. So when you see that, it's just like a system. Now, I feel like that's one of the reasons why a lot of the women in my family is not necessarily sucked because it's only small of us in my immediate family. But I feel like just generationally, as I watch aunts or as I ask about certain women in the family that I question about, it's like an ongoing system of ride or die. That's one thing. Every woman in my family is with the same person since like high school. My mother lost her thing with my dad. Never seen another man in my life. My mother never had another man. Same thing with my sister. My sister had her husband since high school. My grandmother thugged it out. You hear me? And I've learned that loyalty for them. But I'm not married. I actually called off a wedding. I date as much as I can if I want to. Like, I'm just free. And I feel like aside from me being free, business oriented, like I'm really doing what needs to be done as far as the women in my family, because we've been exposed like with aggressive men or them not really being aggressive or going through things that is beyond our control. Like you see, like my grandfather may have acted so aggressive and came like abusive because of what he went through. I don't know. but it's a repetitive pattern of women in my family holding it down. And I had to learn what holding it down for me is. I had to learn what a ride or die for me is, and what they might call a ride or die that kind of like works for them, that's not going to work for me. And I've learned to love them. I've learned to do what I can to inspire them, to let them know, if y'all ever feel like I want to leave those relationships, just look at me. And then if I'm in a position to where my money right and I start getting big houses, now if they really got to leave or something, or if I don't care, you coming here, you good over here. Okay? So that's the sense of, that part when I'm saying, but also you can repair your ancestors' violence. Because I could just go on and be like, oh, my papa was abusive person, or a lot of the men or people, the female in my families accepted. No, they only did what they learned, and that should not be a gift. Holding your man down, being loyal to one man, that should not be a gift. But also, you should have a way to understand you don't have to settle. All right. And how are you going to do that if you don't have nobody around you that's actually showing you that that is possible, no matter if you want to choose it or not? Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of messages coming out when it comes to honoring and learning what ancestors call up on, what ancestors to kind of like touch up on, and let everybody know, like, we're not following this no more. This is not what we want to follow, or anything like that. If there was some anger issues, you see how like I still celebrated the goodness about my granddad. All right, we're not going to highlight because he was more than just an angry person. Let's get to the root of why he was angry. And nobody knows, because he fought in word. That's enough for me to know what was behind it. All right, me being grown now, because I could talk about it, because at the end of the day, I had a close relationship with him. So aside from the anger and what I seen, I never was harmed. Like, I never was the one who got caught in a fire of an episode. Like, I was shielded from that for some reason from him. So I know him on a personal level. And hold on, guys. That was the people that come knock on your doors. I'll be talking to them sometime, but I'm doing a reading right now. The Jehovah Witness, I do be talking to them, and they make me feel so comfortable. So shout out to y'all, but I'm talking to y'all right now. But so a lot of ancestor messages has been coming out to let y'all know how and why probably things are happening, and how you can change things. All right. So let's tap in. Look, witchcraft at the bottom of the deck. All right. A lot of y'all ancestors need to be questioned. I'm serious. So, let's get into y'all reading. Archangel Michael and the leg ball, please protect me. Protect my mind, my body, and my spirit. We're going to play on my chakras as we tap into this ancestor message, and only the most important messages that need to come through for my everythings. Green aura. Guided and protected. So you are getting through. You are ascending. There is a higher power overseeing you right now, because of some sort of darkness. This might be an intuitive feeling, but there is an energy, a strong energy, where your ancestors is not playing. All right. It keeps coming out, and there is a dark energy. All right. An energy that is exhausted, that is burnt out and full of negativity. And right now you're in a position of a green aura, which means teaching. You are in a position of leadership. You are also in a position of learning a lot from, other people. All right, you're in a position of healing. Your heart chakra is open. There's also a lot of resources and money around you. A lot of love. All right, and Spirit wants you to walk confidently, but it's kind of like your ancestors is coming through the reading saying this one is protected. All right, there's definitely a higher power overseeing you right now, because it's like, you know, when you pray that prayer, like, protect me from the things that I can't see so I could just focus on the things that I can see. And when you mean that, things get handled. All right, so you are being protected from a very, very dark, burnt out energy. All right, that can't get through. All right, I don't know if they can't get in your home. I don't know if they don't have access to you no more. I don't know if you cut off and walked away and all of the anointing and blessings went with you. I don't know if you're not sharing your gifts. I don't know, whatever it is. You've became private now. All right. You are only using your gifts for yourself. All right. Or you're being encouraged to. Because if everybody knew the ashe, right? If everybody knew the ashe of things, then everybody will be just, that would be crazy, right? Because there's evil in this world. There's people like this, exhausted with black auras. All right, so there's a lot of jealousy around you being private now. There's a lot of jealousy around you pulling back your energy in regards to a certain being. All right. Spirit, give me more on this energy and what my everythings need to know, please, and thank you. You might be also teaching about the dark. Hold space. Something is about to have a domino effect. All right, the Fool. All right, it says take no action and wait for your answer. I'm telling you, your ancestors, God done got everything covered. All right, something is about to fall like a domino. All right, it's going to be a domino effect. All right, Spirit is saying hold space. Don't take no action. When one fall, all fall. Okay, take no action and wait for answers. Ancestors. Okay, just wait. Have patience that everything is being handled that you can't see, baby. You don't have to do nothing. But stay teaching, stay learning, and stay healing. Let's get more into your reading. Spirit, give me more on this energy and what my everythings need to know, please, and thank you. Ooh, the 10 of Swords. Destruction. It's like they've been casted out of the tribe. You know, these are vultures, and I was speaking about vultures. I forget, where was I speaking about vultures? Hold on, let me find it. Well, I don't even need to find it, but vultures do not need to harm anything, all right? Because they are nature's garbage disposal, right? Anywhere you find a vulture, it's only because something is already deceased and decomposing, and because of the acid so strong in the stomach of a vulture, it dissolves many diseases and stuff that other animals just can't even take. But if a vulture is abusing their power, all right, or being greedy, all right, or doing something other than what is naturally supposed to do as a part of the ecosystem, that is going to be a problem, all right? And right now, it's looking like there is somebody that has been casted out because they have caused too much destruction, all right? This could be families that is casting people out or a person out. This is groups. This is soul tribes. This is communities that do not, they may even be apart. They may even be a part of the same ethnicity, religion, culture, or whatever, even blood, because these are all the same bird. All right. But y'all are saying, or people are saying, we don't want no parts of you. We don't even want to be represented. We don't want to be connected by you. All right. It's looking like you are okay with scraps and, scavenging. That's also not what, like it may look like vultures and stuff like that are scavengers, but they are not. They do not like that. It's in their nature to just clean up what is dead. Okay? Because they have the capacity to do it, and they're actually giving back. Like it's helping. And they don't have to go hunt. They don't have to do anything to eat. Okay? So it's a sense like you settle for this, or you want to be so greedy, or it's something about, well, now you have nothing. Now you have bones. Like now that is what you have left. We don't want you apart. All right. You've caused so much destruction on our name. All right. On our community. All right. Remember, in nature, there's a certain law. We are the only species that don't abide by a certain law when it comes to respecting others. All right. You don't see, you rarely see, because things do happen, and I'm not out in the jungle. But in a jungle, all animals that's there, they respect each other. Some are prey, some are predators. That's just how it goes. It's a part of the food chain. But as far as them abusing their power, that's not going to happen. All right. There are times where there are water spaces or a body of water where animals drink, and that is the only body of water. So they coexist. All right. They coexist, believe it or not. And you don't see a lion just going and just killing anything. All right. Because they are a lion. You don't see that. That's just not how it goes. So the fact that it's just giving, you done whatever one wrong move you did done caused too much destruction, where we don't even want to be attached to that. We don't even want to be a part of you with all that. All right. It's like you broke some law in an environment. All right. It's like you done ate the wrong thing. You done went after the wrong thing. We don't eat that. All right. We let that go. We don't bother with that. And you went and you ate it anyway. All right. It's laws. You can't just be going to wreck shit or just do things. You can't do that for being greedy. Going against what you know to be right. Because why everybody over here, you the only one over here? Because you're trying to be sneaky, causing destruction. You know that you wasn't supposed to eat that. Or I'm just saying in this type of term. So, the 10 of Swords is over. It's like no more sorries, no more chances. It's like ran out of chances. Spirit, give me more on this guided and protected from a higher power. They may have even went against one of their own. All right? Because this is looking like a caucus of one of them. All right? And you know how when a bird may be so hungry that it would eat its own? I'm just saying. All right? So this could be a situation where somebody went against their own and thought that nobody would never find out. All right? And try to end them. Try to destroy them. And now that it's coming up, it's causing a lot of destruction. All right, where that was the last straw. Look, and as I just say that, strength. So it's like a lion, okay, can devour. Literally, if a lion if a lion has the chance, all right, or feels the need to eat a vulture and it's on the floor and it's accessible, it will do it because it can. Can overpower it. The only advantage of that is the vulture can fly. Simple. That is the only advantage. So, the vulture wouldn't even attempt to steal the lion's food, right? This is about knowing your place and knowing when you can eat and knowing when you have opportunities and knowing when it's boundaries. All right? So the vultures eat when the lions are done with the carcass. Okay? And that's how it flows. Everybody gets a part, nobody. So imagine, you know that. That's a part of the law of the jungle. All right? Because there's consequences. Imagine one of the vultures, all right, be greedy and tries to sneak and eat the carcass of the lion before the lion even finished with it or without even knowing. All right? Without even just trying to be slick. Okay? And it caused destruction and war because now the lions, like, it's like if you try to do that, if you try to be sneaky and steal the food instead of just waiting until it's done like how nature intended, then it wouldn't be nothing but stealing it and trying to be slick is taking food out my kid mouth. All right? It's taking food out my family mouth because that's a younger lion. And that's not even a lioness. The mane is signifying that as a lion with a cub. All right? So there was some sneaky activity when it came to trying to eat off somebody else's plate that was completely not even in the same day. And it's not, that was being greedy because, again, there's no fighting with the vultures and other animals. They simply are bred to like pick up and discard whatever, like they have enough. It's enough on a carcass at the end when, I don't know how that goes, but it's enough. And they felt like it wasn't enough. And they went and tried to take the carcass or eat something or take something from you, which resulted in possibly not being able to feed your kid, all right, or your family. Because imagine you coming in and not waiting for the natural cycle of how things need to be done. And you go in and you know everybody is waiting, but you go in and try to steal a carcass and you not realizing like I'm waiting until the lioness or my wife or the kid come back to eat, and that's why. But you go hide and take it, and then now the family come back and it's no more food. And you like, wait, I left it there. And then the lion like, I know this vulture didn't eat it. So now the lion going to the vultures like, yo, what's up? What's up? Like, I know y'all know better. Like, what's up? Who did this? Because I know I left it there. And then they say, oh, you? And then the lion don't want to hear. The lion wrecking stuff. The lion done ate a bunch of them. All right? The family feel cursed. The family like, oh, my gosh, why did you do that? Why did you mess with that person? That's what's going on. Somebody done messed with you in a way that possibly could have took food out of your kid's mouth or your family mouth, all right? Instead of being patient and falling in line on how things was naturally supposed to be done. But instead of that, they did it anyway and got caught, all right? And caused severe consequences on a physical, spiritual, emotional, and material level for their family and for their tribe, severely by the lions, all right? And got shunned out because of that act. Like, why would you do that? Why would you go mess with those people? That's what their family is saying to them, or whatever this tribe is. Why would you go mess with my everything's people in their tribe? Do you not see that they are lions? It gotta be some code of respect. Because the lions literally will protect us. If anything, that's how it goes. Like, you will see if like there is like some imbalance in power, you will sometimes see a more aggressive predator help prey or something like that. So it's like there was no need. That was out of greed. All right. And they done learned the hard way. Okay, that's what's going on, y'all. And that's why your ancestor energy keep coming out. Somebody played with the wrong one. And they done got their family. They done got their soul tribe. They done got their ancestors and spirit guides and a whole leap of stuff. Severe consequences on them because they done went out of pocket and messed with you. Somebody that's coming from the Lyrans, I'm getting you are part of the Lyrans. Sekhmet energy. But think about the Lyrans. I don't know if y'all know that. Look that up. That's your tribe. So imagine, that's why the ancestor energy coming up. Because now your ancestors wrecking stuff. You wrecking stuff. And it's causing severe consequences on them. And they like, stay away. So imagine if you do something to a high priestess or high priest. And even if y'all don't claim to be a high priest, y'all chosen, right? So imagine an anointed one. And somebody did something to them. Right? The karma will, depending on how high ranked or whatever the calling on your life is, that will severely trickle down to their family. Somehow, some way. Depending on the actions. For real, y'all. And that's what's going on. And now, when your family understand, right, and start realizing why bad stuff is happening or why the energy is off when somebody come around, and they realize, oh my gosh, you did something to these people. You did something to these people knowing they got too much strength. The strength card. And now everything coming to light. And now they family, the soul tribe, the community is like, stay away. Because I already know what's coming behind. Now we got to watch our back. Now we not safe. We're getting our own food. Because anytime they see us doing any type of work, or just eating regular, they coming for our head. So now you done made our environment unsafe. I hope y'all get what I'm saying. They caused so much destruction, the 10 of Swords to the strength card. They were strong and wrong. So that's what's going on, and that's why your ancestors. And now, something is unstoppable. Something is about to be a domino effect. You know, when it hit one person, it hit all. This is what this is saying. And it's unfortunate right now, but this is a clear message that the consequences that one is experiencing because of disrespecting the boundaries and the codes, all right, involving you, is going to have a domino effect on their life and their family and their resources and anything that's connected to them. And that's why Spirit is saying take no action. All right, let it unfold naturally. That's how things go. All right, and if they would have allowed everything to unfold naturally, they would have never got their family and anybody involved in this. That's what this is saying. That's why the ancestors is it's like they picking up traits from ancestors that need to be not. You know what I'm saying. All right. So, Spirit, give me more on this energy. Give me more on this whole space, this domino effect. You know how when somebody feel like you cursed? You know how when somebody feel like you cursed and your family know or become aware like you done did something to somebody high ranked or well respected. And you like, now, why would you go and do that? Like, what made you do that knowing? And then everything is starting coming together like, it's you that's bringing a bad energy. Every time you come around, something happens. It's you. Because you done disrespected the laws of nature doing something by being greedy. Stealing somebody's food before you were supposed to eat. You done put our whole entire environment, the source of living, the source where we get our food and eat, in danger. Because we gotta get the food off the ground, which is the territory of the lion. And that's why it's beneficial to not only be, a master in spirit, but a master here too. And that's what's going on, y'all. It is clear now, because I'm like, why is all this ancestors coming up? That's what's going on. It's like the ancestors is out here. Spirit, give me more on this. Hold the space, take no action, and wait for ancestors. Look, and you learning how to balance the fire. All right, you learning how to control spirit, control these spirits. All right, there are very powerful spirits working through you right now to dominate the enemy and to show, not only dominate, but to show and make an example of the enemy. So the spirits that's within you, your ancestors that's within you, you have perfected the art of using them. Perfection, the Four of Wands. All right, so this is about to be released. And it's going to be a domino effect. And this is going to make an example, because this can't be swept under the rug. All right, whatever that was done to you can't be swept under the rug, because that would allow other people to feel comfortable to do that. All right, that's just like in a jungle. This happening, and like in an animal sense, like if a vulture decides to try to creep up on an animal's carcass before the wife and the family eats, and that is just, that's not gonna work. So, and that wouldn't even slide, because the lion is the king of the jungle. The lioness is the queen of the jungle. That's just rules. That's just how they was born into. Like that's just what it is. That's just law. So that can't slide, because as soon as another animal see that the lion didn't check that, everybody want the carcass of a lion. It's just not realistic for that the lion is, or the lioness is going to, and the lioness is a little even more aggressive. All right, but the lion is going to make an example out of that bird. All right, this is like their group, their tribe, their family saying, a bird of a feather does not flock together. We not a part of this. Please do not attach us to this, because they know the wrath. They know how much strength you got. You're coming out as the strength for a wand's perfection. Knowing how to deal with spirits. Knowing how to handle spirits. Know what spirits to send out and what not. Knowing how to work with calm, nice spirits, or know how to work with warrior spirits. All right? You are making an example out of somebody, and that will never, ever happen again. Okay? And that's why the ancestors is coming out, because something is about to be felt on a generational level with this domino effect. When one fall, all fall. Spirit, anything else? Oh my gosh, the high priestess. The high priestess. All right. Y'all are high priestesses out here. All right. Y'all are channeling. Y'all are mastering how to channel the right spirit guides. All right. You are using today's tools, which is tarot, to help you connect on a natural way of healing. All right. The veil has been lifted. It's like when the high priestess start taking out them cards, all right, the truth is going to be revealed. All right. The high priestess is too strong for anybody trying to take off of her plate or do anything without any consequences. All right. And sometimes she give it to God, and it be her ancestors. It be God wrecking stuff. All right. Because she is a messenger of the divine. So this is like severe consequences of what is happening dealing with somebody with like the high priestess. Look, a fool. Okay? Somebody may have even been talking about a high priestess and a child. All right? Because that's right here. Okay? Somebody was speaking about your child, you, your family. This is a family. But this is a family in spirit and this is on earth. Same energy, just two different places, baby. You hear me? Being able to tap into the same energy. Just as well as I'm vicious and I'm queen and king of the jungle in spirit and I got that title. I got that here on earth. And that's why I'm high priestess. That's why y'all high priestess and hierophants. Y'all children will grow up to be very high entitled and high ranking. So this is what's going on. Specifically, somebody was talking about you and your child. Somebody did something towards you and your child. Somebody did something that possibly was trying to take off take food off your table when it comes to feeding your family. And that's where they went wrong at, because the wrath behind a lion or a lioness when it comes to their cub is deadly. All right? The wrath behind a high priestess and her kids and her babies is ruthless. And that's what's happening. Because I'm like, what is going on? Why is somebody getting this type of energy? All right? So now, because of this, their family is about to feel it big time. All right? It is going to be a domino effect that is unfolding. That's what's happening. All right. So anything else? Let's close out this. Now I understand. Because I'm like, why severe? Why so severe? It's because it was involving your kids. It was involving your family. All right. It was involving specifically your child. Okay. You are the protector. That's where they went wrong at. And then now, they family, knowing how you coming for yours, knowing how you connected to spirit, but most importantly, know how you coming for yours. Somebody, family, they tribe is like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to them? Get away. We don't want you here. We don't want to be connected to that. All right. Spirit, how we gonna close out this reading, please and thank you. So there you go. And that's why this ancestor energy, a strong ancestor energy, keep coming out. All right, look. The daughter of water. That's spirit. All right, when we're talking about the water element, all right, even if you're not a water sign, okay, that is spirit. That's full love and connection to spirit. All right, that is somebody adored by spirit. That is somebody loving. Oh my gosh, and the son of water. These are kids. This is a family. Okay. They might have been talking about both of your kids. They was talking about your son and your daughter. All right, two loving children. When you're talking about the daughter of water and the daughter of the son of water, these are two loving children. These are two children that has grew up in a faithful household, like around spirits. That's why you see like the indigenous, they grew up cultural. They have spirits. They know about spirits. They are heavily protected by spirits. So that's what's going on. Somebody was speaking on your kids and they are going to wish they have never did that, because now it's about to be a domino effect. All right. So I love you guys and I hope that helps and clarified things.